What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our first ever live episode of the Six Banner Podcast. I'm here with my boy, Ireland's favorite son, and the toast of the town when it comes to Chicago Bulls basketball over there, my friend Neill. How are you doing, Neill?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've recovered well from the St. Patrick's Day madness, and that well, I don't really get hangovers anyway. Thankfully, I'm lucky that way. But yeah, all the buzz has died down now, and we're back to a bit of basketball. How about you? How you doing? You're not in your usual locale there, are you?
I'm not. I am in San Francisco. I'm actually here with the San Francisco Film School. Look at, I'm official. Ah, I'm yeah. So it's cool. I'm enjoying the experience. It's been very busy. But I did have some time here to kick off an episode of our podcast, and so did you, and so it lines up perfectly. But I
Absolutely.
don't have my Bulls headband, so I want to say I'm sorry to everybody. I don't have my powers today, and Neil's going to carry me. Without my
Do you feel
headband, I'm
naked?
nothing. I'm very naked, very
Okay.
naked.
Well, before we kick everything off, let's hit them with this.
The Sixth Banner Podcast with your hosts, PCV the Fourth and Neill Dunne.
God, I love that. I love that theme song so much.
Yeah,
Shout out to
it always
Neil,
gets
because
going. Just as it gets going, it's like, oh, it's coming to an end already.
I know, like I'm always just like grooving, man, I'm feeling it. But man, anyways, for anyone that hasn't watched us before, this is a long form Bulls podcast, like none
hmm
other. We've done our best to try and make it feel different from other Bulls shows, and by doing so, we have a bunch of segments. So, without further
Right.
ado, we'll launch right into our first segment of the evening or the day, wherever you are, and that's Feelin Horny.
Feelin Horny.
All
Okay.
right. So, Neil, what are you feeling horny about today?
Well, unfortunately, it's like a double positive, double negative, depending on your angle. The reason why I'm feeling horny is because we are getting closer to the end of the season. We have only got 13 games left to play for the rest of this season, and then we can start focusing on the direction that this front office is actually going to lead this team down. And I'm at the stage now where I just want the season to be done so that I can see what's ahead of us, what way we're going to go, how much we are going to either praise or criticize the direction that we are taken in by Acme. And it's just it gives me something to kind of get my teeth into again, because at the moment it feels like we're just getting through the games to get through the season. Each game is a bit of a crapshoot. So I'm getting to that stage now where I'm getting the warm and fuzzies that we're getting there. We're almost there now. It's only 13 games to get through, and for me that means I can start sleeping again too. So that's always
Oh
good.
yeah, that's true. For anyone that's not aware, Neil watches games at like 3 in the morning every time that the Bulls play. If they're on a West Coast trip, oh my God,
Yeah. No,
it's
the
it's
West
pretty
Coast trips are
brutal.
around about 3 in the morning.
Okay,
I actually got really lucky this year because the West Coast trip, the big West Coast trip, came during the time change for daylight savings. So ordinarily, I would be up anytime between 3 and 4 for a game for a tip off. But the games were all tipping off at 2:30, 2. So I got lucky. It wasn't too bad.
hell yeah, I love that,
Yeah.
man. Everyone needs their sleep. Everyone, I mean, I know very well that sleep is necessary for me. Uh,
Sleep's overrated.
that's one opinion on the subject, but um, so for what I'm feeling horny about, man, is Yuki Kawamura. So look,
hmm
man, maybe I'm crazy. Call me crazy. That might be the case, but I'm not convinced that he's not more effective than Rob Dillingham. Now, I will say I went hard on Rob last week. I talked a lot of shit, and Rob did respond by playing a much better week of Bulls basketball over the past week. So for that, I owe Rob some kudos. What's up, Samity? What's going on, brother? But by the way, Samity, I am in your neck of the woods. I'm in San Francisco, but I horny and hard, yeah, horny and hard. I just now, as much as Rob did improve his play, I still think that Yuki Kawamura might be a better option than him. I don't think. I mean, I think Yuki's on-ball defense is actually better than Rob's, and maybe that height difference makes him a little bit more of a defensive liability. But I don't think that the difference is so big that. I just think Yuki's playmaking is more effective than Rob's, and when Yuki brings every time he comes off the bench, it feels like a big spark, no matter what. I can't think of many times where he's come in and it's been just devastating to the Bulls. I feel like it's only been a positive. So we're already in tank mode. Like, we're already amping up for the draft. Why not just go and see what Yuki's got? Play some more Yuki Kawamura. I feel like there's maybe a role for him long term where he's like your spark plug, and that's it. He's just a guy you bring off the bench for 5 to 10 minutes every game, and he just pumps your team up, man. Why not? I guess
Absolutely.
Maybe I'm nuts. People tell me that he's not an NBA player, but I feel I'm failing to see it. I think he's an NBA player.
I think with every opportunity he gets to step on an NBA floor, he's winning people over more and more. Every time he does something special on the floor, which he does every time he's on the floor. It doesn't matter, even if he has a bad game, he still manages to pull some incredible, exciting pass out of his ass somewhere that makes you sit up and pay attention. I know for a fact, right? Now, I do love Yuki. As you know, we're both big Yuki fans, but every time I see Yuki checking into the game, I tend to sit forward in my seat a little bit more and pay attention because he's going to do something. Even if it is just shoot a three out of nowhere or make an incredible pass that you couldn't even see from your angle watching it, let alone where he can see it. So I mean, yeah, I get a little bit excited every time I see him stepping onto the floor, for sure.
Absolutely. And I feel like the team, I mean, I know that if we're all getting pumped up, you got to imagine that the Bulls players are getting a spark from him as well. So there's room for a spark plug on an NBA bench. Like, that doesn't mean he's going to be like, if you make the playoffs, is he going to be a guy you play in the playoffs? Probably not. But it doesn't matter. Like, no. He could just be there as an option. You just never know. Like, if you're getting down, if you're down by 15, even in a playoff game, and there's no energy, you check that little dude in for 5 minutes and see if he can give your team a spark. It's not, going to be, I don't know. People make it seem like you check Yuki into the game and he's going to get 20 dropped on him within the next, 10 minutes. And that's not what happens. Ever.
No, it isn't.
Like, I keep waiting for it. Like, I'm like, okay, anytime now, like, they're going to just go to whoever Yuki's guarding every time and he's just going to get killed, right? Because that's what I've been told. And it doesn't happen ever. So if anything, he actually seems to get in people's ass a little bit, and they're a little surprised. He's like a little chihuahua.
Yeah, he's tenacious as fuck, man. He really is. He just doesn't mess around. Like, and you know what you said about the other players kind of get a bit of a lift when they see him going on. Whether they do or whether they do, I don't know whether that's true or not. But I can guarantee you one thing: when they see Yuki checking into the game, if they're on the floor with him, they know they have to be alert and ready for a pass. That's a fact.
Yes, you're like, hey, if I cut to that rim, if there's just a little bit of space, Yuki's going to hit me.
Right.
So that matters. You really
sure does.
Let's go. Give me Yuki minutes and a pint of Guinness. Samity's speaking truth to power here.
I'll supply the Guinness. You need to get Billy to supply the Yuki minutes. That's the problem.
Oh, Bubblegum Billy. We got something for him. Actually, that's a good segue because we can go on to our next segment now, which is Raging Bulls.
Raging Bulls.
So I cut you off a little bit there, Phil. I went a bit premature.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens. The best of us, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
A little premature here and there. It doesn't ever hurt, We'll have another try at it, But
Yeah,
anyways,
exactly.
we're raging about the same damn thing today.
We are.
Yeah. So, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Well, I don't mind either way. I can throw it up there, and then you can hit it out the field. How's that?
That sounds good.
I have actually on and off defended Billy Donovan a little bit. Like, I'm not pro Billy Donovan, but I'm not completely and utterly against Billy Donovan up until this point where I've been like, he just get him out of here. I'm done with him. But I think I'm there now. I think Billy's had his opportunities. He's had his different players to work with over, various incarnations through Acme. And I just think that he has managed to develop nothing any further than it already is every time. He never seems to be able to get it any further than that first hump. And I'm done with the opportunities now. I'm done with the chances. I'm done with the different types of players that he can work with. I'm done with the new schemes for him to work with. I just want to see him walk out the door now and bring some fresh blood in to sit at that coaching position. I am 100% on for Billy Donovan taking a short walk.
Yeah, man. Billy Donovan can get his ass right up out of Chicago. Now, look, I before I go on to Billy Donovan and rip his ass, I want to be clear that I'd be okay with an entirely new regime change. Right at the top, we'd all love for Reinsdorf to go. Right. I'm saying this because I feel like some people have classified me as like this guy that doesn't, or maybe like, oh, I don't really like, I'm an AK supporter. Look, I'm going to try to find reasons why he could redeem himself, because I think that's what we all want ultimately, right? But like, would I like him to be fired? Yeah, definitely, dude. I would love to change at this point, but I just try to be realistic. And I think the most realistic thing that happens is that Billy Donovan gets fired, or that he gets promoted to the front office, which is basically like, hey, man, get out of here. Like, you could help us talent or scout players, but your time as coach is done. I'm the whole. So for anyone that's not aware, Ayo Dosunmu came out and said that Billy was, that in Chicago he wasn't allowed to take mid-range shots. He said, I think his exact quote was like, it was really prohibited to take anything other than a three or a layup,
right? Unless
it was the end of the shot clock. And then Billy came, and apparently he was asked if he was prohibiting, and he's like, well, DeMar DeRozan, I would have told him to stop. Listen, no, you wouldn't have, because you just paid him $80 million, and that's all he can do. Like, and he still shot more threes than he ever had in his career. But like, I just don't. To me, this is a direct reflect. This is why this is a problem. Because Matas Buzela should be allowed to take mid-range jumpers if he's feeling himself and he thinks that's a good shot for himself. He should be able to take it. The fact that he's being told that he can't take that shot, because, again, Matas came out and said that Billy told him to throw that shit in the trash, and it was a shot that he made, if I'm not mistaken, on the baseline.
Right.
Throw it in the trash, a shot he made? Like, Billy, what the hell are you talking about, brother? Like, I'm just astounded. This is a Hall of Fame coach, and he's buying this much into the analytics crew that says like 3-pointers are going to be what wins you championships. Really, man, like it's about your personnel. And apparently Billy says he's trying to cater to his players' strengths. But then you got Ayo out there saying that he loves being a 3-level scorer, so you weren't taking care of Ayo. It's like the proof is in the pudding. Like I don't either. There's a disconnect here between the players and the coaches, or Billy's full of shit. It's one of the two. Like I agree. I mean, again, I'm gonna say his name, John Shire. I think that's if I'm remembering correctly, that's the Duke head coach. I really like his potential as a coach in the NBA. I would love to try and go get him. I gotta be honest, I'm not super well versed in the coaching community as far as like who's a great coaching prospect. I know Shire. I just don't want to go run it back with like some old guy that has been some Doc Rivers type. Like I'm good on that. Give me somebody young, fresh.
I hear that Billy Donovan Jr. is available.
Oh Jesus, I'm good.
Would you be surprised?
No, I wouldn't. It'd be unfortunate, but I would not be surprised, which makes me sad. But I don't know, man. Overall, like I was actually shocked when I seen Billy's son. That dude's big.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of jacked.
He's stocky. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, Billy's a thin dude. His son could break him in half. Like,
yeah, fact.
But
even like I saw a picture actually. It was on Twitter today, and it was Bill Cartwright standing next to Billy Donovan when he was playing. And Billy looks tiny. Like, not only does he look short, obviously next to Bill Cartwright, but he looks like waif thin, and he looks like he's just a high school student standing next to him. Like, there you go.
I mean, hey, look, if Billy Donovan can play at the NBA level, so can Yuki Kawamura.
There you go. Now you said it. Now you said it.
But yeah, man, I'm ready for Billy to go. I'm tired of it. He's been mediocre. I get it that has he done some good? Sure, man. I know that there's players that are appreciative of him. And could it have been worse over the last 6 years? Sure. But it definitely could have been better. I'm not buying that Billy was like maxing these guys out. I don't buy that. I just don't.
Yeah. And he's what? He's 6. Is he 6 years with the Bulls? Is it 6 years now with Billy? I think it is.
Yeah.
And he's had 1 plus 500 season in 6 years.
Yeah. 1.
Yeah, it's time to go. Take a walk. I've given him so much rope, but no, he can hang himself with it at this stage.
Yeah,
he has had talent.
Yeah,
and he has talent right now.
Yes. Like there's people out there that'll have you believe the Bulls are starved for talent, and I just don't see it that way. I think this team could have been better this season. I know that we traded guys, but like the start of this season was a reflection on Billy, in my opinion. Like he has to share blame in what has happened. We started 6-1, and then everything that happened after that, he's a part of.
Right, absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, right? If you have an orchestra and one person's playing out a tune or one person's playing out a time, it is on the conductor to get that person back in line and get everything sounding harmonious and working together. And Billy just doesn't seem to know how to fine tune his team. And that's the problem. He's able to get them sounding okay. He's able to get them looking okay. He's able to get them playing okay. But the big problem is he can't seem to fine tune it and make it sound or look amazing. And that's where he's not good enough anymore. Not good enough for me. And it really is time to bring something new in here. We're going to shake up the roster. I mean, I know we shook up the roster, but I mean, we're obviously going to get to like a more of a complete final stage with the roster during this off season. Why not bring in somebody new at the same time and completely overhaul everything and bring a whole new ethos, a whole new mindset into this team and go from there? Now's the time to do it.
Yes, this offseason is a perfect time to do it because especially if you get a top pick, because at that point, like if you move into the top 4. Like you could be theoretically drafting the guy that's going to complete your big 3, right? Like the 3 guys you build this team around: Giddey, Matas, and whoever that third guy is. So at that point, you're like, okay, we've got something long-lasting potentially here. Like let's put in a coach that's going to be with these guys for the next. Theoretically, you'd like it to be 10 years. So
right.
Is that guy Billy? I don't think it is. So
no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So yeah, let's move on from that. I'm ready for it. But
yeah,
that's enough about Bubblegum Billy, though.
Yeah, we've had enough time spent on him over the last 6 years as it is.
God, man,
okay.
Yes. Let's move on to one and done, my friend.
Let's go for it.
One and done.
All right.
So, For people that are joining us for the first time, like this is our first time doing a live, we normally pre-record. So for anyone that might not have seen this before, One and Done is basically a little bit of a step away from basketball. It's more about us having a little bit of a chat. And anyone that wants to get involved, this, like I say, this is our first time doing it live. So anyone that wants to jump in on the comments and add their thoughts on this as we're talking about it, please by all means do. So we're going to start off. Yeah, we are pointing straight at you, Sammy. I can't. There's my camera. There. So, what I'm going to say then is the first subject that we're going to do is going to be a Bulls-related one, which is we quite often do that. We start off with a Bulls-related question, and then we're going to move on to a slightly off-kilter subject. Not too far away from basketball this week, but sometimes it can be quite random. But we're going with, whatever. So we're going to go with Bulls centers, okay? So I have picked 4 Bulls centers. You've picked 4 Bulls centers. We don't know which one each other has picked, and it's up to the other person to select from each other's list as to what their preferred choice would be out of the 4. So,
yes.
That being said, we have my list, which is Robin Lopez, Rolo.
Okay.
Nikola Vucevic.
Okay.
Pau Gasol.
Okay.
And Big Ben Wallace.
Okay. First of all, it's cool because we picked separate centers completely.
Fantastic.
So that's fun.
Love it when that happens.
That's fun. Yes. And so out of the 4, okay. So you gave. I'm just gonna recap. You gave me Pau. You gave me Vooch. You gave me Rolo, and you gave me who's the last one?
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. All right. So in order, I'm gonna say last is Ben Wallace for me. He was a huge letdown and a money sink.
Yeah.
And God, his free throw shooting made me want to jump off a cliff. My third option would be Robin Lopez, because Robin, while he was solid, he's just kind of there. But he was more consistent than Ben Wallace. So I think he was a little underrated at times. Like Robin could play.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And he was a goofball. He was fun.
He was. Second, I will go Vucevic, which is probably high. I'm surprised I'm putting him second a little bit, but
so am I, actually. I thought you put Rolo ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, Vooch, he had his moments, but like he's the most the most double doubles in Bulls history. He was consistent. He had some good moments here, some game winners. Yeah, I'll go with Vooch second, but first is Pau Gasol. He was so good. It's a shame that he signed when he did, instead of during Derrick Rose's prime. Like if he was able to play with Rose when Rose was peak Rose, like we might have done something for real. Like the what if with that team is so sad to think about. But Pau was amazing, and it was a huge shock when he shined. That was a huge get. People don't talk about that enough, actually. Like people no one wants to come to Chicago. Pau Gasol coming to Chicago was a big deal.
And he gave us 2 All-Star seasons too. He gave us great. Well, I know it was only a couple of years, but he gave us a great couple of years. Even if it was towards the back end of his career, he still had serious skills at that point as well. Still, he really gave us good minutes.
Yeah. So my choice is Pau Gasol. My 4 Bull centers for you are Big Boss Brad Miller.
I knew you'd put Brad Miller in there.
I love that guy. I always put him in these. In these, I always do. Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry, and Elton Brand. I went with pretty much a full early 2000s. Bulls center group.
You really did go for the let's try and patch up this Bulls team post dynasty players, didn't you?
Yeah, especially the Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry. They came in together. It was such a big deal at the time.
Yeah. Just didn't work out very well, did it? Okay, so go again. Go say the 4 of them again.
Brad Miller, Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry, Elton Brand.
Okay, so I would say as Bulls centers, right? I would say Elton Brand, Brad Miller, Eddie Curry, and Tyson Chandler, in that order.
Okay, so Tyson Chandler's your winner.
No, loser.
Sorry. Okay, who'd you have first? I missed it. I
Elton
apologize.
Brand.
Elton Brand.
Elton Brand.
Okay, I thought that would be what you went with because actually when we traded him,
Yeah.
it was kind of nuts at the time.
Yeah.
He was rookie of the year, and we just shipped him off. He ended up being kind of like he was.
He did, but look, maybe his fit was better in Chicago. But I just think that, you know, they were panicking. They were trying, you know, they felt that he was valuable off the back of that first year, and we're trying to recoup that way. Let's hope it's not a flash of what we're going to see ahead of us now, right? But I guess it kind of happened that way already in the mid-season at the trade deadline for us here, with the way they shipped people off and just took back whatever they could for them. But I think I'd go with that. Elton Brand, Brad Miller, Eddie Curry, and then Tyson Chandler. Yeah, but you could probably interchange Curry and Chandler, to be honest.
That's fair. Yeah, Eddie Curry was starting to come around, and then he had his whole incident, which was a shame. But fair enough, man. I still probably go with Brad Miller, but that's just because I'm biased.
Yeah, I know you would. That's a given.
I love that guy, dude. He was a thug, man. I don't care what anyone says. He stood up to Shaq, dude. He wasn't scared of the Diesel. That's a man.
But he knew he was a big dude too, you see. So
yeah,
he just said, "Yeah, let's go toe to toe."
I just never forget when he hit that game winner, and he was just—that's why I call him Big Brad Miller, because he did the big balls celebration. And
Billy Big Balls. I can't remember. Did he get in trouble for that at the time?
One of my favorite Bulls moments. Just this.
Yeah. Do you remember? Did he get in trouble for that at the time?
He might have. I don't know. I feel like that was kind of like a big deal.
Because Andre Drummond got in trouble
maybe
for it,
back
didn't
then
it?
That would have been frowned upon.
Yeah.
I think so. That's a good question. But I would have to go back and look it up. But who cares? It was worth whatever he had to pay if he had to pay a fine.
It didn't cost us anything.
Worth every second. Yeah, no. It's my memory rent free. So
exactly.
But,
there you go.
All right, man. We can go with our second question of the day, and like you said, our second question, we always try and make it something non-Bulls related.
Yeah.
We don't tend to stray from sports often, but the point of some of these segments is not only for our listeners to get to know us as Bulls fans and what we think, but also to get to know us as people. So, just without further ado, Neill, present the second question.
Okay, so the second one is sports movies. And obviously we did basketball movies last week for anyone that didn't see it. So basketball movies are off the table.
Yes. So I'll go first. I'll give you my 4 sports movies first. And so what I have here is, and for me, I was hoping that you've seen these, because that's one thing about the sports. I try to stay away from too much football because I know that that's not really as big of a deal in Ireland. So I gave you one though. So I got Moneyball. I was hoping you've seen that with Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I was like, Brad Pitt was in it. You probably seen it.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans, Sandlot, and
no,
you have not seen the Sandlot?
No.
Whoa! Actually, I would have assumed that. Okay, you know what? Have you seen Field of Dreams?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that instead. Field of Dreams instead.
Right.
And then Warrior. You've seen Warrior?
Yes, I've seen Warrior. Yeah.
Okay, thank God. All right. So out of those 4, what do you got?
Okay. You're going to have to go through them again so I can write them down because the Sandlot thing threw me. So Field of Dreams. Did you say Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Warrior.
Okay. Right. I would say then my favorite movie out of that then would probably be... Okay, so we've got Moneyball, Remember the Titans, Field of Dreams, and... What was the last one again?
Moneyball, Field of Dreams, Remember the Titans, and Warrior.
Warrior, yeah. I'd actually go Warrior as my top. I do like fighting movies.
A man with good taste.
Yeah, so I'd go Warrior. I'd probably then go Remember the Titans after that.
Okay.
Then I would go Field of Dreams and then Moneyball, purely because Moneyball was more about the analytics, and I'm not a big analytics guy. So
Yeah,
but it is a great movie. You know, I'm not a big analytics guy.
Yeah, no, we just got done railing on analytics, so
Yeah,
I think analytics actually works more for baseball. Is a little more of a calculated game. Like I feel like
Right.
I don't know, it's different. Like I think analytics in basketball is kind of like I don't know. I see them a little bit differently, but okay. I love your order. Warrior is amazing. I just want to personally say
it's a great
like
film.
so when that movie was coming out, like it, I wanted to see it, and then the reviews came out hours before it was supposed to go on at midnight, and the reviews were like, "This is the Rocky of MMA movies," and I was like so excited. I was like, "No shit, I gotta go see this," and I hit up all my friends. And I was like, "Guys, someone come with me to the midnight showing of Warrior. Like this movie's gonna be sick. Gotta go see it." Blah blah blah. Nobody would come with me. And so at that time, I had never been to the movies by myself. I was like, you know what? Fuck all of you. I'm gonna go to by myself to this movie like a lonely bastard. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Like, there's an intimate experience about going to a movie by yourself, and and that movie was so good. Like, if you've never seen Warrior, you owe it to yourself to sit down and watch that like intimately, like get into it, let yourself like get into it, because the acting, the emotions, dude. I think I might have shed a tear like in the movie theater. I was just like, this fucking movie is perfect. I loved it. Very emotional movie, and yeah, just so good. And I don't know why his name is escaping me right now, but Bane, the guy that's in Hardy. I don't know why.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. I couldn't remember the first name for the life of me. Tom Hardy is unbelievable in that movie. He's an animal.
He's a great actor anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, I'm done. I just wanted to talk about how much I love that movie. But
No, that's okay. You can wax lyrical. That's okay. We don't mind.
go for it, man.
So-
what are your options for me?
My option now, I was going to put in like a soccer movie, but I figured kind of on the flip side of that, like you don't really watch those kind of films over there, maybe the same way as some of the American sports don't travel too well over here. Although, you know, we're pretty receptive to a lot of it. But I was going to give you Any Given Sunday, but you haven't or have seen that.
I have.
You have Any Given Sunday?
Yes.
Not Any Given Sunday. Sorry. Escape to Victory. Sorry, I mean Escape to Victory.
No, I have not seen that.
With it's Sylvester Stallone, Pele, Michael Caine, and Bobby Moore are in it, which is two huge football stars, soccer stars,
No, Pele,
and
yeah.
two huge movie stars. It's a great film. Anyway, it's well worth watching if you haven't. So I'll scratch that from my list, and we'll go with my others. So I actually went with Rocky 2 instead, because I half thought you might go with Rocky 1, which is why I went with Rocky 2. But also in Rocky 2, he wins the fight. He doesn't win in the first one. He wins in the second one.
Yeah.
So that's why I went with
That's
Rocky
true.
2.
Okay.
A League of Their Own,
Okay. I've seen
$1 Million
it. Yeah.
Baby,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
and Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
I can't believe I didn't think of that movie, and I'm going with Dodgeball. That's my favorite comedy.
Okay.
I
Right.
love that movie. Like off the bat, like Dodgeball is so good. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. No, it's so perfect. Ben Stiller is amazing. I think that's his best role ever. I can't think of another Ben Stiller movie that is better, like that he's better in.
Something About Mary, maybe?
No, I don't think even that. I mean, he's great in that movie, but dude, as White Goodman, he's perfect. Like he's so good. Just the hair, the whole thing, man. You want that?
Yeah,
pizza
it's so
electric
wonderfully
shock there.
over the top. It's brilliant.
Yes, yeah. You could dodge a wrench. You could dodge a ball. What? Like my dad got that movie for us like when I was like he used to rip movies. Like he was like a part of like some site. He's computer guy, and they'd all share like movies totally legally.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah. So we got to watch that. He like pulled me. I feel like he like pulled me like out of bed. He's like, "We're gonna watch this movie." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I was pissing myself, dude. It's one of my core
Yeah, it's
memories
brilliant.
with him growing up. Us watching that together. Shout out to Dodgeball. But in order though, going with what you gave me. Sorry, so you gave me
Dodgeball, Rocky
Dodgeball,
2,
Rocky
League of Their
2.
Own, Million Dollar Baby.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Rocky 2 second, and I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Million Dollar Baby third, and then A League of Their Own. That makes me sound like I'm a misogynist, and I'm not. I just
Is it because it's a female baseball team? Is that what the problem is? Or is it just because it's Madonna?
it's just not. I'm not a big baseball guy in general.
Okay.
I know like that's blasphemy coming from a Chicagoan or someone that reps. If you're not a Cubs fan, and I'm not. Like I support the White Sox, so I'm the black sheep there. But yeah, I just don't care for baseball. It's a boring sport to me. It's a boring sport.
I've been to one baseball game my entire life. I was over in where you are now, actually, San Francisco. It was down around the Bay Area with my wife. She was with me, and we decided to go to a game, and we went to I think it was the Denver Rockies against the San Francisco Giants, and yeah, I have to say now, I didn't get it. It did nothing for me. And I love sport. I will sit down and watch any sport. Like if they made paint drying a sport, I'd sit down and watch it. But
Let's hope they don't.
Baseball did absolutely nothing. It didn't twing my twang any bit.
Yeah, there's people that love it, man, and I can't.
I know.
I won't watch it. Like I can go and watch it in person. Like I can enjoy that, but like on TV, I'm like, dude, this is only going to make me fall asleep. It's up there with golf.
Now, that being said, I do like baseball movies. I think they can be excellent. Like I love the premise of the game, but the actual reality of watching a game, yeah, it's like you say, it's like,
yeah, man. If I'm not getting drunk, like, what are we doing? I'm ready to move on to the next thing. But yeah, sorry to all my baseball guys out there, but yeah, sport's boring. But also like the way that they do their cap and everything, like the Yankees could spend like 4 times as much as like this other team, and it's completely okay. I don't understand that. Like, fix that shit. The Dodgers are buying their championships every year. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, this is so whack. Like, it doesn't feel like that's fair at all. Like, I don't know.
Well, see, that happens a lot in soccer over here as well. The top teams stay the top teams for the most part because they buy players from around the world. They just go, oh, I like the look of you. I'm going to offer you a shit ton of money. Come and play for my team. And, there was a bit of a thing here for a while, or in the UK for a while, where in the Premiership, football teams or soccer teams were being bought out by really, really rich oil tycoons and business men from around the world. So they were coming in, they were buying the teams, and then they were just spending a shit ton of money buying in loads of players, and then they suddenly go to the top of the table over the course of a year or two because they'd bought their way there. And yeah, for me,
fun.
Look, yeah, it's great if it's your team, but if it's not, it sucks great big donkey dicks. It really does.
Yeah, yeah. I liked what Ryan Reynolds and the guy from Always Sunny, Robin McElroy, they actually have like a personal stake in like showing up for it. They're showing up for it, and
that's the difference.
That's dope. But like put your heart into it. But don't be like some soulless guy across the world is just buying shit and watching it on TV.
Right.
Like, oh, look what I did. Yeah. You do
Plus,
shit,
as well, on top of that, they didn't come in and start in the top division with a bottom team and try and bring them up. They started way back in the bottom division and have brought a team up to a different level each year, and they're climbing the ranks and bringing it through that way. And that's how you get people to fall in love with your team and fall in love with what you're doing, not the way some of these big rich superstars have done differently.
Yeah. I love what they're doing. I think they're genuine. They're like crying like at a match, and like they're bringing so much fun to that community, and I think that's so cool.
It is.
So cool. I love stuff like that. But all right, we went off on a tangent here, but we'll move on to fill in the blanks. Yeah, no, I love it. One and Done is our longest segment every week because we do this.
Always.
It's great. Always. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so let's move on to a segment that we haven't done for a little while, so I'm looking forward to throwing it back out there again.
Fill in the blanks.
My hair looks so good in that picture.
See, I was good to you. I went off and I found the best possible picture. And then I used AI to make it look even better. And then I put it on.
Whatever. That's how I look all the time.
Okay.
All right, man. So for fill in the blanks, what we do is it's just kind of the same concept as One and Done, but it's slightly different where I just throw out, a sentence and there's a blank and Neill fills it in, and then I'll talk about what I would say. And then we do one Bulls topic and one non-Bulls topic. So for the first one, I said, your favorite moment from this Chicago Bulls season has been blank.
Yeah, and that's a really tough one to answer for all the right reasons. Because there have actually been some incredible moments this season. But the one I'm actually going to go with is quite recent, so there might be maybe a bit of recency bias involved here. But finally seeing Matas let loose and just be the player that he believes he can be, the player that we all want him to be, when he went off for that 41-point absolute extravaganza career night, that was my favorite Bulls moment so far this season, because that was where I was sitting back in my chair going, oh yes, this is it, this is what we've been waiting for. So for that reason, it got me that hyped that I have to pick that as my favorite Bulls moment this season.
I have nothing to add. That's mine too. There
you go.
Simple. Yeah, I think that was so great, man. It was validation for all of us who have said that Matas can be that guy, that believe that can be that guy. So I loved it, and I feel like he's been carrying himself differently since then. Like, I feel like he's got more of like a like he knows this is his team, and he's playing like it. He's shooting like it. Like I wanted to be like, Matas, be a little selfish. It's okay. Yeah, like you're the guy it's okay for you to be a little bit selfish. Like, jack him up. That's okay. I don't care if Matas misses shots ever. Like I just don't. He can shoot like shit. I want him to shoot. That's what I want.
Right. And what I find with Matas came in last season to us as a rookie, and he came playing again this season now as a starter. And he talks the talk. He says all the right stuff. He seems to have this internal belief about himself. Okay, sometimes he might choose to talk to the wrong people, Luca. But at the same time, he now looks like he finally actually believes what he's saying, more so than just saying what he's saying. Totally.
I agree, man. Wholeheartedly. I think he went off for 29 against the Grizzlies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like those, it just feels like, it's different, man. Like, the whole Luka thing, he might not have played that well in that game, but just his desire to go toe-to-toe with him, it's exactly what you want to see from Matas.
100%.
I'm excited to see what happens with his story, because he's been repeatedly doubted for some reason. I don't know why. There's people out there that have consistently tried to drag his hype down. And what's wrong with being hyped about him? I don't understand.
See, I think that's PTSD for Bulls fans, right? And I think that they're at the stage now where they're afraid to start believing in any person or anything within this organization, because the more you hype yourself up, the further you have to fall. And I think there's a lot of that kind of almost protecting themselves as Bulls fans going on. Yeah, no, I don't do it. You don't do it. But there are plenty of people out there who do it and will continue to do so until they start to see something coming back around. And look, hold in there. That could very well be soon as next season.
Really can. And, you know, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I just, you know, I think for some people too, they're like, if Matas ended up being like an alpha, I think some people would indirectly make them feel like they have to give AK credit and they don't want to, like, because he's the guy who drafted him. And, you know, then it'll become, oh, he fell into his lap, which is true. But like, he could have passed on him like 10 other guys did right before him.
He still had to pick him. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like, yes, for all the AK criticism, and there's plenty of valid criticism, like Matas Buzelis and Josh Giddey are by far the biggest reasons why I think there's still maybe hope for an AK vision, because those two guys are balling. Like, Matas has over 100 threes and 100 blocks this year. Only Victor Wembanyama can say that. Yeah. Only Victor Wembanyama, an alien in Matas Buzelis. Victor Wembanyama. Am I saying
close
it wrong?
enough?
Victor Wembanyama.
That's better. Wembanyama.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I always say Bam instead of Ban. I gotta get that right. But yeah, whatever. And then
Sorry, I'm an asshole.
Giddey's stats are only claimed by the Joker. Like, only Jokic can say that he's averaging the same stats as Giddey. So when you got one guy who's in a league with Jokic and they're in a league of their own, and another guy who's in a league of their own with Victor, with a literal alien, like that's good company. You've got two
great company,
franchise building blocks. So I understand the PTSD, man, but like, it's not like we have nothing. We could be that team that had Felicio, Denzel Valentine, freaking nothing, man. We were supposed to be hyped about Zach LaVine, a perennial loser. I don't know. It's kind of mean for me to say. I was hyped about Zach LaVine. I was, but he just didn't, you know, he didn't turn out dubs. I see Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis differently.
Yes, I do too. Because I think Giddey affects the game differently than Zach did. See, the problem with Zach LaVine, and look, I was the same. I love Zach LaVine. I was a big Zach LaVine fan when he came to Chicago. I was a big Zach LaVine fan for the first couple of years of him being with Chicago. But he lost me as it went on because, you know, the problem with Zach is Zach was all about Zach. Zach thought he could tell you he was going to be that guy, and it would all just land on his lap. But you have to go out there and you have to take it. Yes. And not just speak it into existence or hope it into existence. You know, put two hands out, you know, fill one up with hope and one up with shit and see which one fills up first. I guarantee you it's going to be the hand with shit in it, right? Yeah. And unfortunately, that's what we had with Zach LaVine. He was great. He was a lovely guy. You know, loved the game, loved being in Chicago from what we could see, but he just couldn't turn it into success. He couldn't, no matter what was around him. And it didn't matter what they put around him, other than that small window where we had that group of guys where it was all actually clicking. But it turned out that it wasn't because of Zach or it wasn't because of DeMar. The actual linchpin was Lonzo Ball. And as soon as Lonzo Ball went down, everything crumbled. You know, and
the actual winner of the group was Lonzo Ball.
Right. Yeah. What a surprise.
Go figure. I mean, yeah. It's a shame his knee can't hold up because
it is a shame. And look, do you know what? Fair play to him for doing what he did and recovering the way he did. It's just a pity that, and it wasn't the knee that finished him in the end, really, was it? Wasn't it the wrist anyway, or something finished him anyway? It wasn't the knee.
Yeah. I mean,
I know the wrist were the issues when he was in Chicago, but I don't know if that's what finally benched him this year.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think he's in Utah now, right? He got traded to Utah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's playing, is he?
I don't know. I will say that if he's on their team next year when they're all healthy, that's going to be a dangerous team, dude. That's going to be a really dangerous team.
Utah have quietly become a team to watch. I do think, whilst Lowry managed to turn his career around in Utah. I still don't think he's that guy enough either. It's kind of a bit like Zach LaVine. He can score, he can put up incredible numbers, he can do some great things with the basketball, but he's just not. He's just
when it
not
comes time to
quite
win.
there.
When it comes time to win, then you make that play to win.
He just doesn't seem to be that guy you need at that stage. But look, maybe Utah can do some damage without having to put all the emphasis on Lowry now.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, sometimes I will say, like, sometimes there's validity to a team isn't putting enough around a guy, and they shouldn't be held accountable. But but when it happens, when you do get the players around you, then you got to make it happen, and that's the problem with Zach. Like, he did get talent around him. You did have DeMar DeRozan, and you did have Nikola Vucevic. I'm sorry, but those are two talented guys, and if you are an alpha, you could take those two and win with them. But Zach could not. And that's why he's not an alpha. He's just not. He's paid like one, but he's not.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got again the tangent. But I Matas Buzelis, I think, is a winner, and I think as we get more talent in here in Chicago, him and Giddey will prove that they're winners when we have a better team to put around them.
Right. We just need Acme. Go on.
Yeah, we need a defense. We need defense, man. We need a paint protector so bad.
Right. Well, we're kind of getting that out of Mattis, but it's just not his position. So
he's a shot blocker, but I don't know if he's a paint protector. I feel like there's
he's not. There is a difference. You're right. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
So that's my only thing. I think we need someone that's like, the Mutombo. Like, hey, man, you don't come in here. Like right now, everybody knows they can. I mean, the Raptors just hung 139 on us last night. I mean, Jesus, come on.
It wasn't even just that though. It was like we could not catch up with these guys. It didn't matter what was going on the floor. They got that 25 point lead, and it dropped down to I think 16 at one stage. But they just could not break the back of it. The Raptors just kept them at arm's length the whole game.
Yes, and that's what happens when you can't get stops. Like that, the Bulls need guys that can help them get stops. I think the offense, I don't think we have. I think Giddey and Matas those guys are going to score enough most nights, and then you have some, obviously some role players that could score, but we need role players that can defend. Like that's what we need. And then whoever our third guy is in that big three, their best asset ideally needs to be defense. Like that's why I'm so big on Caleb Wilson out of North Carolina, because that dude is blocking over 2 shots a game. He's legit, and he's a gamer. He wanted to kill Duke when they were going to play against them. Like I was like, I want that guy. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be mad if it's AJ DeBanza. That dude looks like he could be. I guess at the end of the day, if you go with a team that's literally trying to just outscore the other team 140 to 139 every night, that's another bet. You could try it. I just don't. It's hard to watch, though. I much rather prefer. I'd like a little bit more on the defensive end. If we do get an AJ DeBanza, then whoever we get at center needs to be a defensive force. Not Nick Richards either. Like Walker Kessler. Like that's what we need.
Yes.
But
definitely.
But
I'd take Walker Kessler, definitely.
Oh God, I wish. But all right, moving on to this next non-Bulls. This is actually definitely, it's not sports either. Just a little quick sidebar. Your top 3 favorite video games of all time are blank.
Okay, I'll rattle through these. Okay, GTA 5. Any Zelda game. Okay, doesn't matter which one. Any Zelda game.
Okay, love that.
And it's a real toss up for me now, the last one, between 2K and FIFA, or FC as it is now. Love FIFA games, and I love 2K games, 2K NBA games. So yeah, pick one. Okay. Either of the two of those. Yeah.
Love that. Dude, FIFA, that reminds me of I played FIFA 98. Like it was my job when I was a kid. I was so good at it. I loved it. I never understood the rules because I was too young. I was getting called for offsides. I'd be like, what the fuck? Why? Why am I offsides? I scored. Like
We
like,
don't have enough time to explain offside rule to you here.
No.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, but I'll never forget because the opening song to that game was I woohoo da 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 da. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I got
I
my
do.
head taped. Yeah, everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Song
what
2
it's
by
called.
Blur. Song
There we
2 by
go.
Blur.
Dude, banger,
Just ask.
banger. Okay. But I it would hype me up, and yeah, I was playing the hell out of that game. But okay, so personally, I'm gonna go with it. I love your choices, by the way, great choices. I don't know why I would have never pegged you for a GTA guy.
Yeah, I love Grand Theft Auto. Love it.
That's fair. I love, yeah, you know, my favorite thing to do is just to pick up the hookers, get laid, and then kill them and take my money
Kill him.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Then hide
Totally
the body.
normal,
Yeah.
non-sociopathic thing to do. Anyways, I my personal favorites. I'm gonna go with the nerd angle on this. Is Final Fantasy X, and then
Yeah, I did think about Final Fantasy, to be fair. Okay.
Final Fantasy X is so good. It's so good. For anyone that doesn't, a lot of people think you have to play those in order. They're all standalone stories.
Yeah, they are.
They're like, if they make a sequel, it'll be Final Fantasy X-2, which they did do that. But like, you know, most of them don't have sequels. They're just all standalone stories. Once I didn't play Final Fantasy until 10 because I thought they were all in order like that. And then I played it,
Oh,
and
okay.
I fell in love with it, and it actually made me cry at the end. I was like 13, but the story was so good. It's tragic, but it's so good. Anyways, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, whatever. That's my second.
Okay.
I've got a heartless symbol on my back. Like,
Do you?
yeah, I do. I love Kingdom Hearts. They could leave the Disney part out of it for me, but it's a necessary evil, I guess, to that game, and it is what it
Yeah.
is. I love the game, though; it's so good. And for third, it's tough, but because of all my memories with my friends, I will actually go with the game, and no one's gonna know what this is. It's called Eve Dust 514, but it's a game where I made my clan, and me and my buddy Matt made a clan, and we ended up meeting guys. That was like it was a free to play shooter on PS3. That was part of the Eve universe, Eve Online, if anyone knows what that is. But we ended up meeting all these guys from around the world, and like that's how I got my buddy Dharma that lives in Malaysia. I play with him. Been playing with him for 13 years now. You know, a bunch of other guys from around the world that we've stayed friends with. I actually met like one of the guys who's from Ohio. He like came and visited. I went and visited him. So yeah, just because of all the fallout and all the friends I made from that group, I'll go with that. But I know that's a totally obscure choice that nobody's gonna know. So
Well, I tell you, one obscure choice I was going to select, and I'd say you'd probably know what it is, but you'd probably be like, "How is that one of your greatest?" But it just got me through college. Me and all my mates in college used to play Super Bomberman 2 all the time, and there was one thing that always stood out. It was always a great memory. It was a 4-player game, so there'd be 4 of us playing together on the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, something, whatever it was on, and I think it was Super Nintendo. Anyway. So which would have been a Super Famicom over there, I think.
okay.
Anyway, so
I think I know what you're talking
the thing about
about.
it was, if you didn't move to drop your first bomb, you'd kill yourself. And there was one of the guys that used to always play with us, Stuart, and he wasn't a gamer at all. Shout out to Stuart Juggett if he ever listens to this. And we'd all be ready to play, and we'd be like, and next thing is you just hear shit from the corner of the room because he'd laid a bomb that had was inescapable. He couldn't get away from it in his own corner. He'd blow himself up all the time, and then you go straight back into the next round and like shit. You just be like, dude. So yeah, so special memories from that. But yeah,
Dude, gaming memories with the boys. That's a classic. That never. My dad, when I was a kid, he used to work in like offices, and he would drag us. Like, we went and played Doom 2 in where he worked, like because they had a local area network that was on the same network, so we were all able to like partner up and play through the story together. And like back then, that was like such a crazy thing because real online gaming didn't exist yet. Like you had to be on the same network. So that was so cool. I just remember him, like we'd go, it'd be like 8 p.m. at night, and he'd be like, "You want to go game with me and my friends?" Yeah, Dad, let's go. So classic. You kids these days will never understand that, but no, it's all at your fingertips. But
I love the way you say kids these days, as if you're not one of them.
I'm 35. I think I'm graduated from kid at this point.
35. I'm 48, dude.
Hey man, I think we'll go with young adult. I'm a young adult.
There we go. Let's do that. Let's do that. Do you remember dial-up?
I do remember dial-up.
Then you pass. You're good.
Yes. My grandma had a rotary phone, man. So I used a rotary phone.
I grew up with a rotary phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my friends couldn't call me
having
when
to
I was
remember
playing.
everybody's phone number because you had like 50 different phone numbers memorized in your head. Now I can't even remember my own phone number, let alone anybody else's.
Facts. Yeah, man. Like I lived at a time before caller ID. Like you had to answer that phone loaded, man. You didn't know who was calling.
Before star 69.
Yes. And and also, if someone called when I was playing games on the internet, like you just get busy. Like, I guess Phil's gaming. He's on the internet. Can't call him. Good times. But
kids will never understand, I tell you. My kids don't get it. I try and explain stuff like that to them, and they just like, "We're talking about Dad," you know.
Yeah. The internet changed everything, man. It's so weird. Like, because I think that was like late 90s. So I remember I was definitely becoming aware I was like 7 or 8 when that was happening. So definitely weird. Right. It was being born in 1990 was kind of dope because I got a taste of the old age and then also grew up with the new. So I don't know. I dig it. But all right, man. So that does it for fill in the blanks for this week. We can move on to our next segment, Bull of the Week.
Bull of the Week.
All right, man. So for Bull of the Week, this was kind of tough because honestly, especially after the Raptors game yesterday, like they laid a huge egg. Really left a bad taste in our mouths. But, that doesn't mean that we can't find a little bit of good. And honestly, I think that good is Joshua James Giddey, man. His March, he's doing it again. His March this season is incredible.
Apart from last night, every game he's played in March has been a triple-double.
I can't believe he had no rebounds last night, though.
It's insane.
It's like gross.
It's like they found the off switch or something.
I know. It's unbelievable for him to play a whole game. The best guard rebounder in the league, and he can't get rebounds. Like I'm like, what is happening?
I don't know though. As a team, we've always struggled with the Toronto Raptors and their length. Every time we play them, it doesn't matter. Yes. It's been an issue for them. No problem with the girth, just the length.
Just the length. Fiaz will be happy to hear that. He was texting me, giving me shit last night.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, look, he earned it last night. Didn't know his team earned it for him.
Yeah. But, anyways, man, Giddey. Other than last night, Giddey's been great in March. I think he's averaging a triple-double or something close to that. Maybe not after last night, but it's been really. I think he had one game where he had I think he did a triple-double where it was 21 points and 17 assists. I think he had another game where he had 27 and 15. He's a stud, man. And can you imagine that there were Bulls fans that didn't want to re-sign this man? They didn't want him back.
I know.
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. No offense. Actually,
and you know what? A lot of these people still won't admit that they were wrong, which is a bit frustrating. But look, eventually you're going to get there. Giddey's not going anywhere. Giddey is only getting better and better and becoming more established as a Chicago Bull. And as soon as he starts to get a little bit more talent built around him, which he's going to have to get this offseason, then, when it's not just Mattis or whoever else is playing okay that day, then it's going to completely open things up for Giddey's game. The fact that he has developed a not just a 3-point shot, but a 3-point shot that he can create for himself now, it's everything. It is everything. Because now where players had to stand off him, defenders cannot stand off him anymore. They have to respect his shot now. They have to, respect the fact that if they don't step up to Josh Giddey, he's going to splash the 3. And the great thing about that is a player like Giddey, as soon as you move towards him, you've opened up the playing field for him because you've created a space for him to make a pass, or he's not afraid to drive the ball as well. Okay, it can look a bit janky, but he's not afraid to do it. And he might be falling over it and tripping over the ball, but he somehow lobs the ball up and gets it in a lot of the time. So fair play to you.
He's a master of making shots with contact, dude.
Oh, he really is. He really, really is.
Yeah.
Because he's quite direct, you see. He doesn't
He'll spin
try and go around
right
people. He just tries to go through them. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, we seem to have lost you, Phil.
He'll spin right through a guy's chest.
There you go.
And I'm just like, this guy's a dog. But yeah, Josh Giddey. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Josh Giddey has just been so good, and he's just like you said, he's a sniper now, and I just can't wait to see what Josh Giddey's career is going to hold, because I feel like he's going to end this season as, for people that aren't aware, as the second best playmaker in Bulls history from a single season perspective. Nobody has ever averaged, other than Guy Rodgers, who averaged 11 and change assists in the 60s for one season. Giddey will average, I think, over 8 this season, which is more than any Bull ever has, other than Guy Rodgers.
But the thing you've got to bear in mind is
properly respect that.
No, and if you go back to what we were saying at the start of this conversation, right? Once Giddey has more talent around him and players that are more capable of catching his passes, for one, and finishing the shot or finishing the play when and if they do get the ball, then his assist rate is going to go up. Do you know?
Yeah.
Because
he might beat Guy Rodgers someday.
Oh, I think he will. I think if you put enough talent around a player like Josh Giddey, then you are going to vicariously increase his stats as well.
I will say averaging 12 assists a game, which is what he'll have to do, is going to be tough. But, man, if anyone could do it, Josh Giddey can. And, Rob, appreciate you listening to the episode. You're the man. But all right, man. I think there's nothing more to say though as far as Bull of the Week, my friend. We can move into Spotlight.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So Spotlight we introduced a lot on our last episode for the first time, and it's not something we will maybe use as a standard segment, but there is definitely a need to use it again tonight. Our good friend from Bulls Without Borders, and for anyone that doesn't know what Bulls Without Borders is that's listening, it's another show that myself and Phil do along with a few other guys that are also content creators independently around the community and around the world. It's called Bulls Without Borders because I'm recording from Ireland. We have Troy from Whole Lotta Bull, who's recording from Australia. Yourself, Phil, obviously, are recording in America, along with Hayes and Guilty. And Guilty is the man that I want to talk about, because Guilty, who was not even a podcaster until very, very recently when he came on Bulls Without Borders with us, he has natural talent. This guy is just born to be a podcaster, in my opinion.
Total
I know you
stud.
agree with me, Phil. Absolutely. He's a great guy as well. This guy has the patience and the calmness of an absolute saint too, to go with it. He is definitely the yang to our yin on the show, isn't he?
He is.
And,
he is the great Gatsby of Bulls Nation, man. He
really, really is. And he has gone on to create something new for himself, along with Gavin Dorsey of Roundtable, and they are now doing the Bulls. What's it called? Let me get this right. I don't want to get this wrong. So it is the Roundtable, Bull. So Guilty and Gavin done their first live episode the other night, and they actually kicked it off in a major way by having the CHGO boys on their first show with Dave, Big Dave and Matt Peck, who are also good friends of mine. So if they're listening to this, how are you doing, guys? And it was brilliant. We're hoping I'm going to have to get in contact with them, and we're hoping to get them on here as well for a chat in the very near future. But it was a great episode, and it really kind of it tugged at a few different subjects that maybe some people would be a little bit afraid to talk about in case it went down a wrong avenue. But it was, like I say, Guilty is well able to hold centre, hold court, and he did a great job himself, and Gavin did a great job. And I just wanted to shine the spotlight on them. What do you have to say about them, Phil?
I think it's amazing, man. And I love what they're doing. I love Guilty, man. Guilty is the man. Like,
He is.
I gotta admit, man. So I could sit here and act like I'm a genius because I invited him onto Bulls Without Borders, and then I'm look. I did that because we had built a.
We've lost you for a second there, Phil.
Friendship, knocked it out of the park. And
Yeah, so basically...
check.
Yeah,
Are
okay.
we good?
You're back. Go for it. Take it off. Go for it.
Are we good?
Yes, you're good. Go.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
So fucking hotel networks. But I'm Guilty. I like I said, I didn't know he was gonna be as good as he is, but once we had him on, he was so damn. He's just perfect for the game, and so I had to have him back, man. Like, I was lucky. But I will still be a proud papa in a way. Just watching him expand, he's going to do great things with or without us. He's going to be amazing. Anyone that's not aware, he also runs a great Bulls Discord server. It's very, very active. A lot of different opinions in there. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend getting to know Guilty. He's a great guy, and for some of us that get a little bit passionate about our opinions, I know I do. I have my stances, and I stand strongly by them. But with that being said, it's good to have Guilty, who can be, like you said, the yin to my yang, and bring a little bit more calmness to the conversation. Whereas I want to stand strong and wave my flag, but he's very capable of seeing it from every point of view and explaining why he feels the way that he feels, and it's always valid. And so and what he's doing with Gavin, I think that's going to be great, and fully support it. I fully support it. Great episode with the CHGO boys. Love to see it. So love to see the community working together. So.
And for anyone that hasn't checked out the Bulls HQ Discord, go and check it out for sure, because there is something for everyone in there. There is definitely a channel for every type of Bulls fan.
For sure, without a doubt. But all right, I thought of someone, but we'll save him for next week.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, yep.
Keep them in mind.
Move on for
we give them their own spotlight.
Yes, their own, very own. But we'll move on to our new segment, Story of the Week.
Yes.
Settle down, kids. It's time for the story of the week.
That's not a pedophile voice at all.
The scary thing is they're all my voice. Every single voice over there, all my voice.
With that being said, now that we've heard what Neill would sound like if he was diddling kids, we can talk about the story of the week.
Right.
The story of the week. Neill, take it away. Your story.
You've confused yourself now, right? So what we said we were going to talk about this week as the story of the week is this is not Bulls related exactly, but it kind of does tie back into the Bulls, and that's the superstar injuries that have come out in the last kind of few days. We've got Anthony Edwards is gone down with right knee inflammation, going to be assessed in 1 to 2 weeks. That's obviously, you know, a big impact across the league at this point. Cade Cunningham, who has a collapsed right lung, I'd say he could potentially be done for the rest of the season. But the one that really kind of affects us as Bulls fans is Giannis Antetokounmpo has been told that there was a meeting to be had today, actually, between Bucks front office and Giannis and his affiliates. And basically, they want to shut him down for the rest of the season. And Giannis apparently doesn't want to be shut down for the remainder of the season. And I have to say kudos to Giannis for that. I'm very impressed with him for that. But obviously, if they do, if the decision is made that they are shutting him down, that has a repercussion then for the Chicago Bulls and how their season could finish up. Because there's only a half game at the moment as it stands between the Bucks and the Bulls. The Bulls are behind the Bucks by a half game. And if the Bucks manage to go on a losing streak that is greater than the Bulls' losing streak for the remainder of the season, then they could potentially end up taking the ninth best position for the lottery.
Yeah.
And as we all know, we need the lottery balls to fall in our favor. But we've always said that we don't want the Bulls to stop trying to win per se, at least not the players to stop trying to win.
No.
We want them to develop. We want them to continue to work on their chemistry. But if the losses come, we're not angry at that either. However, if the Bucks are actively now going out there to try and steal that spot from the Bulls, then they have a great chance of doing that without Giannis because they have a more difficult schedule to finish out the rest of the NBA season compared to the Chicago Bulls on paper.
And that roster stinks without Giannis.
It really does. It really does.
I mean, it's much worse than the Bulls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giannis is what makes that thing actually tick. So, but I mean, to follow up a little bit on what you're saying, Neil, like Giannis wanting to play, thank God for that, because you know the Bucks shouldn't be allowed to shut him down. Like I think if that happens, the NBA should fine them immediately. Because look, man, what are we doing?
I agree.
What are we doing?
I agree.
Like
I mean,
Bucks
that
fans
is blatantly tanking.
Yes, Bucks fans should like. You're going to tell them to go buy tickets, but you don't get to see Giannis play. The one reason that those guys should be wanting to show up for games. Like, I just think I'm tired of this crap, man. Like, let players play. Let players play. Cut the tanking shit.
100%. 100%.
It's worse than any other sport. Like, people are like, well, it's part of sports. Dude, I like, very rarely, at least in like football, you see it once in a great while from a team that might need a quarterback and there's going to be a great one in the next draft. But, like, it's very, very rare. And most of the time, like, that team just has to be completely ass. And the other part of it is there's no lottery. So there's a lot more. But if the NFL figures out that you're not trying to win, like, they come down hard on you. So, like, I that's what the Bulls need to do. The NBA needs to do the same thing. I don't know how you
pull your thumb out your ass.
Yeah, man. I mean, apparently I heard that the reason they actually care about all of this now is because of the betting.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're in bed with all of these betting companies, and because of the tanking, like, they're losing money. And so whatever. I don't care what you can.
It all comes down to money.
There's too many teams that subscribe to it. Yeah.
And that's
it'd
the
be
problem.
one thing if only one or two teams every year was like, oh, we'll tank this year. If it was like one or two teams a year, it'd be like, all right, whatever. But, like, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 teams every year now. It's
per
crazy.
conference. Per conference.
Yes. It's nuts. I mean, give me a break. I mean, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. It's not good basketball. So get it out of my sport. That's how I feel about it.
I agree.
I think it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so that's it really. It's a case of we wait and see what the final jury come out with as to whether or not they're going to let Giannis play. For me, it does indicate that Giannis is done in Milwaukee, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they shut him down, I wouldn't be surprised if he demands a
Yeah, I agree.
trade this offseason. Because it sounds like he to play. So
100%.
we'll see. Into our last segment of the evening, courtside countdown.
Yep.
Courtside countdown.
So
All right. So for courtside countdown,
to finish up, yeah,
go ahead,
as
Neil.
we do.
Actually, you probably have more access to what you're looking at than I do. So go ahead, lead us this time.
That's true. Okay. I know you've got limited resources there in your hotel room. So, yeah, no,
I'll be frozen
we always
if
finish
I
up.
go away from this.
We always finish up with courtside countdown. It's basically just a look ahead of the upcoming games between now and our next recording day. So we have 2 home games and an away game left between now and next Wednesday. First one is against the Cavs, which is tonight. We then play the Rockets, and then we finish up with an away game to the Sixers. And I believe the Rockets Sixers is a back-to-back as well, actually. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So we play Rockets at home, and then the next night we head to Philly. So,
Okay. So, I mean, I was actually curious, Neil, because last week we made so you said we would go 0-3.
yes.
But we did beat the Grizzlies. So I think I got it right. I said 1-2.
You did say 1 and 2. Yeah, you did. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Okay. I just wanted
And I think you even said the Grizzlies. I think you even said the Grizzlies would be the win.
I did, but yeah, it's because they're turds. They're tanking.
Yeah.
So,
And if you could have asked me which game not to win, that was the obvious answer. But in true Bulls logic fashion, that was the one they won. But
yeah,
say la vie.
that's true. Yeah, it's very fair. But moving forward this week, I mean, the Cavs, the Rockets, and the Sixers. I'm gonna say 0-3 this week, man.
Yeah, I'm going to say 0-3 as well. Yeah, definitely. I just don't think we have enough to take any of the 3 of those teams. All 3 of those teams are trying to win right now. And, I mean, unless one of them trips over their own foot.
Maybe the Sixers will shit the bed. They're the weakest of the 3. But
yeah, but still, even with that, I still don't think we have enough right now against any of the 3 of them.
I'll say this: if we win one of those games, it'll be because Giddey and Matas drug us through that, and I'll be happy for that. You won't hear me complain.
Right. Look. At this stage, apart from the Bucks situation, which we just discussed, at this stage, I don't see wins and losses as a massive issue anymore. If Giannis continues to play, it still isn't a massive issue anymore. It only becomes a problem if they shut Giannis down and the Bucks then do have a potential of sneaking that 9th spot away from the Bulls. But realistically speaking, we can't really catch anybody below us. So it's only a matter of fending off the Bucks, really.
Yep, agreed. So we'll see what happens. I mean, again, as always, we're just looking for development. We're looking for the young guys to play well. Continue to hopefully see Leonard Miller. We didn't talk about him this week. But he's played pretty decent, right? I got to admit, I didn't look at his stats. Now that we're talking about it, I actually kind of want to know Leonard Miller stats. So over the last week, I mean, he scored in double figures every game. Mm-hmm. He had 13 last night. He was 6-9 from the field, 4 rebounds. Against Memphis, against Memphis, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. He was a plus 21. Love that. And against the Clippers, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. This dude's versatile, man. Like,
yes. Yeah.
and then what the stats don't tell you is, I mean, he had 2 blocks one game, 2 steals in another. His defense is great. I love his defense. So, the energy is there. He's the one who got the big dunk off of Yuki. Yeah, I'm looking at Leonard Miller, Josh Giddey, Matas Buzelis. You know, and then, you know, I guess if Dilly Bar wants to play good, that's good, I guess.
Dildo Baggins.
Yeah, Dildo Baggins. But I think more.
If you know, you know.
I want to see more Yuki. If you know, you know. Tune into Bulls Without Borders. It's a show. Yeah, man. when the gang's all there, it gets pretty crazy. But
it does.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be doing a recording this week. I'm traveling on Friday, and Neil will be out
I'm
as
traveling
well
tomorrow.
I don't know if so apologies to anyone watching that also watches that show. I don't think now they still might. I told them they could still run a show if they want. It would be just Guilty, Troy, and Hayes. But I don't know if they will. So if not, we'll be back next week, or maybe we'll do a Saturday episode. I could be back for that. I haven't really gotten. We'll see. We're kind of talking about it, but otherwise, we'll be back next Friday as always.
Sounds good.
Yep, but that'll do it for this episode of the Six Banner Podcast. Definitely went a little longer than we normally do, but I think we kind of took our time because we knew we had a live audience and you guys weren't going anywhere.
Exactly.
So we appreciate
Thanks
you guys.
for everyone that's been listening.
Yeah, man. I hope if you are we're new to the show, please do come to the YouTube channel, subscribe at the Six Banner, or just the Six Banner Podcast. I'm sure it'll pop up if you search it. We really we really appreciate all support. We started the show very recently, and we've been molding it and trying to get it to where we want it to be. But, you know, we hope if you guys have any suggestions or any feedback, we'd love to hear it. All of that stuff is great. Yeah, appreciate everyone that stayed and watched with us, or, you know, hung out with us.
Listened.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing.
Until next time.
Raise the banner.
Raise the banner.
Damn it.
So close. So close.
We'll get it eventually. We'll come at the same time eventually. I mean, we'll say it at the same time eventually.
Pause.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Peace.